Hey, what's up guys? Mr. Surplus Nut bringing a video on two rifles that I believe, and it's my opinion, that should be the most recognized rifles from World War II. And one of them is the k-98 Mauser, and also the Mosin nagant 1891. Both of these rifles went head to head in World War II, and there's a lot of arguments in surplus rifles aficionados in as far as which rifle was better, which rifle is more accurate, more dependable, more rugged, easy to operate. And the battle goes that some people like the Russian weapons better and some like the German ones. Again, remember, there's a lot of hatred towards Germans weapons, especially k-98 rifles. And let's start off with the k-98. This rifle, it was Hitler's favorite rifle. Even though when the war started, or they were getting ready for the war, they already had their semi-automatic rifles, okay, they're machine guns. Still, you still see in the movies, in documentaries, I don't know if you guys that like this era and are surplus rifles lover like me, have like the different documentary movies. I have them all. I have World War II in color, I got World War II, all these documentaries that have been put into a series of videos by the military channel, the history channel. Buy it. It is worth it to have and to watch at home relaxing, and you learn a lot from that, believe it or not. Me in my house, I relax like that. I mean, I don't do it all the time, but when I've decided to watch those series of videos, I get my my display rack and I put my surplus rifles in there. I display them all out, especially the k-98s, the Russian, with my little frames, which I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about them. And I watch those videos, and I mean, that's when you can really enjoy this hobby on collecting historical arms. And when I say historical arms, I don't want to refer to like what people will think like muskets and freaking, you know, black powder rifles from England and freaking, you know, in the 1800s, 1900s here. No. You know, the musket type of black powder pistols, the revolvers from you know, the North and the South era here. No, I'm not talking about that. When I mean historical weapons, I mean World War II military. Okay, even as far as World War I. If you like that period, well, good for you. Start collecting the rifles that every country, especially the Russians, Germany, used in that era. I like World War II era, so that's why I'm trying to build on my collection on. And as far as what we were saying in the beginning, there's a lot of hatred for these rifles because, first of all, is the rifle that Hitler was in love with, the k-98 Mauser. It shoots the 8mm Mauser, which is extremely accurate. It is extremely powerful, just as the 91, the Mosin 91. Pretty much, they both can do the same thing. As far as if you want to use them for hunting, many people do. One thing I want to mention is the Mauser bolt design. It was actually the design that was adopted for all modern bolt action rifles that we have now, especially the brand of rifle from the Czechs, which is CZ. All their guns are built on the Mauser bolt action or bolt design. Okay, it's extremely rugged, very dependable, very smooth, and very easy to operate. Okay, so out there, being that these rifles were used by the Third Reich, the Gestapo, the Germans, there's a lot of hatred over these guns. When they lost the war and they were taking all German soldiers as prisoners, they will get these rifles and they will throw them and slam them and pile them up, and they will make huge piles. And then for the most part, the Russians got the rifles, and the first thing they did to these rifles, it was to get a hammer, get a pin or a chisel, okay, and they pinned out all the markings on these rifles. They hated them so much that that's what they did. And I just want to show you guys proof of that hatred. When I bought this K-98 rifle from Classic Arms, it's got all the German markings intact. The only thing, and he did mention it on the website for whoever was going to buy this one, right on top of the receiver where the code of the factory that this rifle was built on, which is 147. I don't know what factory that symbolizes, where it came from. I don't know. It's got this mark, this pitting mark up there. I don't know if you guys can see it. That little pitting mark, it's right over, okay, right over the get this frame back up here. Right over the number of the factory that the gun was built at. So what does that tell me? That tells me that you never know if, besides them trying to pin out all the markings, okay, there we go. The frame keeps falling. Doesn't seem to want to stay really good on the towel. But besides that, we'll just put it over here. Besides that, I was saying, I wonder how did that pitting, how it got there right on top of the number of the factory wherever the rifle was manufactured. And you know, I thought about it and said, you know what, I wouldn't doubt it. They got some type of acid and they poured it on there. I'm just assuming this. And acid, when you pour it on metal, you don't even, if you don't wipe it off, whatever, with time, it just starts eating it up. And maybe that's what could have happened. Maybe not. I could be wrong. I'm just giving you an example of maybe the hatred that you know, the Russians had against the Germans, and especially the weapons they were using. All right, so that little pitting mark looks like it's like an acid corrosion on top of the factory code of the rifle. This K-98 rifle is a 1939. There were many that I could have picked from, but there were very few that still had the markings intact. But I decided to buy this one that was 1939 because it was the same. It was the first year of World War II when Germany invaded Poland and also Czechoslovakia. And it took only 6 days, okay, for them to take over those two countries. So right there, having a 1939 K-98, being that it's the first, if you're gonna get a K-98 and you have the choice of either getting the year of the rifle, that was the first, let's say the first year of the war, like 1939 or the last year, okay, like 1945 or 1944 k-98, you're gonna end up, you know, a lot better as far as, you know, having a little bit more of adding to the value to the actual rifle. So it's a 1939 k-98 Mauser. It's got all the war eagles, got the little swastikas underneath the feet of the eagles. It's in really nice shape. Let me tell you guys, when I got this rifle through mail, or not mail, through UPS, and the guy gave it to me and I opened the box, I looked at it and I said, you know what, I'm gonna throw this thing away. I mean, basically I was like, or send it back or whatever. But again, the red light turned on. You know, I refinished all my surplus guns, and like my saying that I always say, beauty is on the eyes of the beholder. When I saw it, my red light turned on, I clicked on, and I said, you know what, this is the outcome of the rifle. So I ended up looking at it in my hands, knowing how it will turn out, and it turned out really nice. It's got the laminated stock, it's got the cupped butt end plate on the stock. Okay, the cupped one. They have the flat ones and the cupped one. I like the cupped better. I put the little German emblem thing, even though some people have told me, what'd you do that, you know, I mean, I'm telling you, everybody that looks at this rifle, they're like, oh, isn't that the rifles that the Germans used to kill the Jews? And why did you put that on the stock? I mean, why would you want to have that type of rifles? But people don't know, you know. And believe me, guys, if you guys feel that way, I'm sorry. But this is just something that, you know, collectors, you know, it's a collector's. Whether you admit it or not, I respect your opinion. But I know on YouTube, there's guys out there that love K-98s. They love this type of hobbies, collecting World War II rifles and surplus guns. And I'm not gonna get rid of the rifle just because some people have their own opinions. Okay, so the bluing, it's all nice. Okay, I got the sling for it. Again, on all these, you can go to my channel and view the uploaded video that I have for each one individually, and I speak more about the gun in details. Here I'm just kind of, I want to show you the two rifles that was used mainly in World War II, which is the Mosin nagant 1891 and the k-98 Mauser. I'm gonna catch you guys on the other part of this video.